Winx is the world's joint best racehorse, and that is good cause in itself for global rejoicing. We already knew she was the world's most popular racehorse, as evidenced by the recent Secretariat poll, in which international racegoers said she was their number one. But we weren't sure until today she'd get the handicappers nod as well. She's done just that with a mark of 130, the equal of Cracksman. Now, of course, the mark is in many ways, in fact, open to debate. On Racing Post ratings, the Queen Elizabeth Stakes winner at Randwick in April was only worthy of 120. The handicappers here have given a 130, giving Galo Chop a very high figure, and taking into account the fact that Winx won so easily and was valued for a much bigger winning margin. Don't forget as well that in the previous 2 years she's had a mark of 132, so she's actually £2 down on what she's done before, and to my eyes there was no evidence whatsoever she was a lesser racehorse, which makes for me the figure solid. And you can also argue that Cracksman's form is very dubious. The Ascot win was achieved on soft ground, the second Crystal Ocean ran massively below his best, and the third horse had been extremely unheralded beforehand. Cracksman, great horse though he was a one-trick pony. Winx was far from it. 29 races she's gone unbeaten, a host of Group and Grade 1 wins. She's an absolute super horse. She deserves to be the world's best racehorse, and now, jointly at least, she is.
I couldn't disagree with Lee more. Cracksman's performances in the Champion Stakes the last 2 seasons have been far superior to whatever Winx has been producing. She's simply not beaten good horses. The horses that Cracksman's beaten over here are far better than those in Australia. When Winx beat Ben Battle in the Cox Plate, as good a performance as it was, Ben Battle is not the same calibre of horse as Cracksman. Imagine how far Ben Battle would have been beaten by Crystal Ocean, never mind Cracksman. And that puts into context just how good Cracksman is compared to Winx. He's now produced the same kind of performance at Ascot twice. He's absolutely pulverising his opponents when he is on song. His performance at Royal Ascot was a bit disappointing, yes, but let's not forget, in France earlier on in the season, on good ground, Cracksman produced another equally impressive performance when slamming the subsequent Lockinge winner Rhododendron. Winx has not looked as good this year. I wouldn't even say she's the best mare in training, because what Enable's produced in the Arc and then in the Breeders' Cup is far better than what Winx has been doing. Winx, as brilliant as she is, has won many races for many years. She keeps coming back and her longevity is extraordinary. But what Enable has produced this year, coming back from a layoff and then to win the Arc after just one start and then the Breeders' Cup, puts her, in my opinion, up there with Cracksman. And if it was my choice on who was the best 2 racehorses in the world, it would be Enable and her stablemate Cracksman.